Hi everyone! In this video I want to give you some tips what you can do to learn German as a beginner. Tip number 1. Set a realistic, specific goal. What do you want to achieve and when? Try to avoid being too general, like, I want to be fluent in German. In my experience, that's not really helpful. As a beginner, I recommend starting with smaller goals or milestones, like, I want to be able to call my doctor's practice and ask for an appointment. Ask yourself, when do I need to speak German? What are my individual needs? There's nothing wrong with big goals either. Just break it down into milestones, so you can enjoy your success on your journey and be proud of what you already accomplished. Also, ask yourself, why do I want to achieve that? Why do I want to learn German? That's important because this is your motivation. This decides how quick and successful you will be. Every time something gets in the way, remember your why, and then remember your what and when as well. And off you go. Tip number 2. Make the learning process visible. Look around yourself. Which words would be helpful to you? Write those words on post-its. Don't forget the articles, der, die, das, and stick them to the respective things. Like die Bank, die Sonnenbrille, or die Pflanze. Learning the things will make it so much easier for you. And then get a habit of saying your words out loud and put them into sentences. Like, ich setze mich auf die Bank. Ich trage eine Sonnenbrille. Die Pflanze ist grün. Learning words with context will make it so much easier. Tip number 3. Listen to the sounds. Every language sounds different, and our ears are trained to filter familiar and unfamiliar sounds. Be aware and try to pay attention to the sound of German rather than the meaning. Which details can you hear? You can listen to anything, the news, weather reports, podcasts. If you choose videos, you can also watch how people look like when they speak, especially their mouth movements. Tip number 4. Find content that is relevant to you. We all learn differently, so whatever works for someone else won't necessarily work for you. Try different things and see what suits you. This could be content that is made for learning, like textbooks, a language course, my videos, or find interesting books and movies. Anything from children's books to the novel will do. Just be aware that getting to the end of a novel will take a lot longer. Watch a Netflix series with subtitles, preferably one you already know, so the content is clear and you can focus solely on the language. In short, surround yourself with the language. Tip number 5. Understand your own language. Find out how your own language works. There's a system, even if you're not aware of it just yet. Do you know what a noun, a verb, and an adjective are? Do your nouns have articles? If you can figure this out for your own language, it can help you understand German better. You can see differences and similarities. Tip number 6. Find out which learning environment works for you. Again, we're all different learner types with different goals. So learn how you learn. Technology can be your friend. There's countless apps, games, videos, music videos, movies. Those have subtitles usually. There's online courses, classroom courses, there's private tutors. Just pick whatever works for you. Tip number 7. Social interaction can contribute a lot to your progress. I mean, that's why you want to learn the language in the first place, isn't it? Find a language buddy, German course, or a private tutor. I have a link below this video where you can find awesome online tutors for all price levels, but anything works. People like to help, and usually a native speaker can name something faster than you can type it into Google. So make sure to ask for help. Wie heißt das auf Deutsch? Or wie sagt man? And you will receive help. And with a good tutor or teacher, you have someone who can help and explain stuff to you. This will save you a whole lot of time. Tip number 8. Study regularly. To finish level A1 will take approximately 120 hours. You can either achieve that by learning half an hour for 240 days or with 4 hours in 30 days. Important is that the more time lies between your study times, the more your learning curve will go down. I recommend studying at least twice per week so you don't have more than 3 or 4 days in between. This way your learning curve will stay up and you won't have forgotten everything by the time you have your next class or session. Tip number 9. Don't let anything get in the way of you and your goal. If stuff comes up, remember your why, remember your what, and remember your when. That's why this is tip number 1. And you shouldn't choose just random reasons and times. Stuff will get in the way, so prepare yourself for that. And don't give in to excuses. You think you're too old? A child can learn faster than you? It's never too late. And a child usually has an exposure of several thousand hours to the language by the age of 5 with a constant daily input. As an adult, you can learn systematically and with a lot less pressure. Tip number 10. Make mistakes. Let's learn that from kids. They just give it their best shot without fear of doing it wrong. They want to communicate, just like you. So try to get over yourself and accept that you will make mistakes. Try to embrace them. You will learn so much faster when you give yourself permission to be imperfect. Also know that this can be quite a sensitive topic, and due to bad experiences can be really hard for some people. In this case, I deeply recommend finding a private tutor who acknowledges your situation and creates a safe environment for you where you can practice and build up confidence before interacting with other people. Just don't give up on yourself. Tip number 11. Speak. With preparation or without. Speak as much as you can. In your head, out loud, whatever works. If you're musical, sing. Pick a song and start singing random German sentences to that beat. Have fun playing with what you already know. You love sports and live in Germany? Join a club. You can find a sports club for any sport, mostly even in the small villages. Find the content and context that is relevant to you. Or without encouraging drinking, but it can help loosening the tongue or getting rid of the nervousness, go to a bar, have a drink, and start talking to people. Just speak. Tip number 12. Go to where the language is spoken, or pretend to. Surrounding yourself with and immersing yourself in the language will not only be most efficient and beneficial, but also the most fun way of learning. Hearing, reading, and seeing German every day, being forced to use what you know, it will speed up the process, especially in combination with an intended learning process like a course or a private tutor. If you can't go, or at least not yet, pretend to. Imagine you have your one-way ticket to your favorite city in Germany. What do you need? Where will you go and why? Look up websites, blogs, read books, listen to podcasts or music. One thing will lead to another and you'll achieve your goals in no time. So, to put this in a nutshell, set a realistic, specific goal. Make the learning process visible. Listen to the sounds. Find content that is relevant to you. Understand your own language. Find out which learning environment works for you. Include social interaction. Study regularly. Don't let anything get in the way of you and your goal. Make mistakes. Speak. Go to where the language is spoken, or pretend to. That's it. I hope this helps you finding your own strategy and your own learning path, and don't forget to enjoy the progress. And also, if you liked the video, give me a thumbs up and feel free to subscribe to my channel for more videos.